Urban Legend with Levins, you know what it is, bro? Let's talk about it. Cameron and Mase have responded to Jay Prince threatening them because of their opinion on Shakur Stevenson's fight and the back and forth that they've had with boxer Shakur Stevenson. Now, I'm going to show you guys what Cameron and Mase said in response. I'm going to show you what Jay Prince said to threaten them and make them feel threatened. And I'm going to give you guys the whole breakdown of this situation. Cameron also threw in there that Jay Prince picks his shots and he only gets tough with guys that he thinks he can get tough with, but he had nothing to say to Kendrick Lamar when Kendrick Lamar is stomping out Drake. Now, I'm going to show you guys that in a second. This is an interesting story. Mase also has a lot to say about Jay Prince, saying, you know, you're a selective gangster. You get tough with certain guys, but then you let guys like Whack 100 slide. This all started when Cameron and Mase had opinion on, Shakur Stevenson's fight. They thought it was a boring fight, and they said it publicly, which caused the back and forth between them and the boxer. I'm going to show you guys the background of what happened between Shakur Stevenson and Cam and Mase, and this is what Cam said about it. Check it out.
So for the people that's catching up on this who have no idea how this started, we gave our opinion of the fight. We said it was boring. All of us said it was boring. There's 100 niggas saying it's boring. But because I go viral, niggas think that they can keep talking to us. Shakur Stevenson told us to get the strap or strap up, or better yet, put the gloves on so he could fight us. We said what he said, and then he started going crazy. Everything was over with. Me personally, I'm sick of it before I even address the Jay Prince thing. I'm sick of it. I left it alone. We have not talked about a nigga this much before his fights or after his fights, and none of his fights.
Yeah.
But I'm like, this don't make no sense. So what happened is Saturday night, I guess they interviewed him, and they was like, yeah, is everything cool with you and Mason, with Mason Cam and all that, Them niggas. Them niggas is niggas, ain't nothing changed. This is what he said Saturday night. This is a week after the fight. The next day is when Jay Prince just say what she wrote. Hey, yo, my man, listen, James.
All right, man. So that's what Cameron had to say. He gave you the backstory on it. After Shakur Stevenson, Cam, and Mase were all going back and forth with each other, this is what Jay Prince posted. He said, numbers don't lie, haters do. Let the haters say that he's boring and nobody wants to watch him. Sorry to tell you, it's just a select few of you haters. As you can see, there's proof that he has the #1 ratings in any fight on ESPN this year and the top 3 ratings since 2022. And to all of you haters who want to escalate that hate outside of the ring, I'm Shakur's manager and I handle all his business outside the ring. In other words, Cam and Mase, I will fade all his shots and take all bets. That's what Jay Prince had to say to them. Now, obviously, Jay Prince is going to feel away when, people that have a platform as big as Cam and Mase say something negative about his fighter because they stepping on his toes in business. So he probably feel like y'all hurting my money. Y'all making it where people ain't going to watch the next Shakur Stevenson fight. So y'all hurting my money. So I'm going to have to say something. But where I feel like Jay Prince took it too far is, I handle all his business outside the ring. That's the threatening part. When you start saying stuff like that to dudes from the street, antennas go up. And obviously Shakur Stevenson previously has said to Cam and Mase, like Cam said, get the strap or strap up or wherever he said, which is a threat. And obviously that's a street threat. That ain't no, that's nothing to take lightly. So I can understand Cam and Mace's position. You're not going to tell me nothing like that. And then we just going to be cool and be quiet and be like, oh, he said, get the strap. I'm scared now. It don't work like that. So that's the part I disagree with Jay Prince. When you say I fade all his shots and take all bets, bro, you going too far with it. You know what I mean? That's going too far with it. There is no business outside the ring. There shouldn't be no business outside the ring. This is a business. This is boxing. I understand that money is involved. To say that publicly, that's a threat, bro. And to say that you handle all his business outside the ring is kind of crazy, man, because as a 60-year-old man, I'm not getting involved. I'm going to check my young boy. I'm not going to check the older guys, and I'm going to let them do their job. I'm going to check my young boy, tell him to calm down. That's my opinion. Here's a better way that I feel Jay Prince could have handled this situation with Cam and Mase without going to Instagram, without going public, and made a better outcome in the end for this. So this is what I think Jay Prince should have did. Jay Prince could have called Cam and Mase and said something like this. Hey, Cam. Hey, Mase. I understand that you're having a back and forth with one of my fighters, Shakur. I understand that you guys have a job to do, and I respect what you guys are doing. I love what y'all building over there, and I don't have a problem with y'all saying anything negative about Shakur's fights. All this outside the ring stuff, I understand he made some threats to y'all. that y'all may have took personally. I understand that. I respect that. I want to let y'all know that I handled that. I talked to him, and we squashed that behind the scenes. I let him know that that was out of pocket. But I want to come to you guys and talk to you guys because I feel like at this point it's going too far and it may hurt business that I got going on behind the scenes. I want people to feel like he's a ticket that they want to buy on his next fight. Even if y'all felt like this previous fight was boring, could y'all please stop going on about it, because now it's starting to hurt my future business with this kid. Now, understand that you guys got a job to do. You can't not say certain things. So I respect that. But what I prefer, if you guys be my friend rather than an enemy or somebody that's against us, how would you guys feel about promoting his next fight? Maybe we could do it behind the scenes where you guys cover his training for his next fight and we can promote it. We all can make some money. You guys can build your platform. I can get some promotion from my fighter and we can handle it that way. How does that sound as a resolution? That's how you handle it. Not, oh, I handle his things outside the ring, and anything outside the ring, I'm taking all his smoke for him. And that's not the way to handle a situation like this. You're not going to scare no grown men in these days and these times, bro. Ain't nobody scared. So I feel like Jay Prince could have handled this a little bit better in that regard. He could have came up to Cameron and Mase with a better, approach and had a better outcome in the end of this. And everybody could have made some money. Everybody could have squashed it. Maybe we would never be friends, but we could have made some money, did some business together, and moved on from this issue. And, you wouldn't have somebody as powerful as Cam and Mase or as loud as Cam and Mase, disrespecting the fighter, or not just disrespecting them, but hurting business for the future. I'm going to show you guys what Cam and Mase had to say about this situation. We're going to get into what Cam and Mase said about Jay Prince ducking smoke from Kendrick Lamar when it comes to Drake. But first, let's hear what Cameron and Mase had to say in response to Jay Prince. Check this out.
The next day is when Jay Prince just say what she wrote. Hey, yo, my man, listen, James. Let me explain something to you, bro. Mase said it exactly. You 60, nigga. You 60. What are you talking about? What are you bro? I lost mad respect for you because I used to have mad respect for you. When you had Shakur with you, when you learned Young Boy NBA up. Why the you got Shakur with you? And this is why he acting like that. This is exactly why he acting like that. Talking about you got Young Boy NBA umbrellas in his keys to his car. Young Boy NBA told y'all niggas eat it. This is what he said. This is what Young Boy NBA said. Whack 100 was the most disrespectful. Wild disrespectful. I ain't even gonna repeat this Whack 100 said. Mad disrespectful. Drake is beefing with Kendrick Lamar as we speak. I have not heard this. The first time Drake got into some, and I hear you say shit to Kendrick Lamar now. Why do you think that you could tell us what we can and cannot say, my nigga? Control your nigga. Control that nigga. Ain't nobody gonna tell a nigga, get the strap, and then we gonna sit there and be like, hey, I think we should shut up. Nah, nigga. This is not 1982, bro. You cannot sit here and tell niggas get the strap and then niggas be quiet. Nobody know that part because I just be going viral. You bugging. You bugging, James. You bugging, my nigga. And I'm going to leave it at that. I don't know what bet you talking about, all that other slang there. Bet it. Whatever bet you talking about, bet it. I don't know what bet it.
All right, man. So there you guys have it now. Here's the thing. After what Cameron said, they feel offended because why are you picking us? We see that you selectively pick. This is their perspective. We see that you selectively pick who you going to be tough with, who you going to let get a pass in your world or in your mind. Why do you feel like we're the ones you could select? That's where it becomes offensive. In the street, from the street mentality, you going, wait a minute. So what? You think I'm the punk that you can play with? Like you think I'm the one that you could select? Because I see you pick and choose. So you think I'm the one you could choose. That's how guys is going to feel when, you say what you say to them, but you don't say what you say to, or you don't do what you normally do with other guys. They're going to feel like you picking and choosing and you trying to choose me. So what you think about me? That's what Cam and Mase feel. Obviously, Jay Prince is an older guy. I respect what Cam and Mase are saying, like you're an older dude. Why are you handling it this way on Instagram? Outside the ring and all that stuff. I don't, me personally, I don't take threats lightly. And if you've been through anything in the streets, you're going to feel the same way. So for these guys to, Shakur and James Prince to be taking it as far as they taking it over Cam and Mase having an opinion, or saying what they're saying, they weren't the only people saying this. I understand that their voice is loud and maybe that hurts business in the future, but they still have the right to voice their opinion. Now I'm going to show you guys what Mase had to say. Check this out. Mase had a very interesting opinion, and I want you guys to hear it. Check it out.
You gonna take all his phase and and take all his shots and you handle everything out the ring. All right. So then we talking to you then, all right? We starting with you. Since you the big homie, we starting with you. That's how it goes around here. I want to just start off by saying you are so, like, lacking self-awareness. Like, when you give such a lackluster performance, and then you think you can make threats to people because you gave a lackluster performance, pause. You don't have the right to tell me what I should like or to tell Cam what he should like. That's not your place. Like, and I'm gonna tell you another thing. When you're dealing with older people, they're the last to know that things have changed. We not your little niggas. Like the way you talking, I don't get what you mean. We're not your little niggas. Like, for real. All that big homie stuff, that's for little niggas. Little niggas have big homies. We're not little niggas, so we don't even respect big homies. I know Killer doesn't, and for me, I never respected niggas in the streets. That's why I always got the problems I got. Niggas would tell me, Mase, chill. No, chill for what? Who is this nigga? That's how I feel listening to this, man. Like, I want to respect you, but I can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if I got a lord, like the dudes that raised me, if I was out of pocket, they would tell me I'm out of pocket. They wouldn't let me put them on a crash out mission. They'll say, yo, Mase, listen. Mm-hmm. Around here, we don't send niggas to do nothing for us. We don't pay niggas to handle our problems. Mm-hmm. You got to put in your own work around here, Lord, man. That's what you were supposed to tell him. You can't go out here and talk crazy and then send me on a mission. Mm-hmm. Nah, this is where the game got messed up when young niggas started sending old niggas out. And just because this little ignorant nigga got a few dollars, he make all of you that's supposed to be real run after his mission. This is a problem, Jay Prince. And I'm going to tell you like this. If you're 60 years old and you trying to be a street nigga, you failed. You failed. I'm telling you this. And I stand, my name is Mase. I stand by this message.
So there you guys have it. I thought what Mase said was very profound. You know, one part of it that was extremely profound to me was old dudes going to handle beef for young dudes. Young dudes sending old dudes to handle their beef because you got a couple dollars or because you helping this guy make some money. I think Mase is 100% on point. That's what messed the game up. You know, you guys are going out here and taking care of issues that hotheads start. And it's supposed to be the opposite. It's supposed to be the reverse. You, as an older dude, you supposed to be calming down the young hothead. Like, hey, bro, chill out. You know, sit back. We're going to teach you how to handle altercations and disrespect, and we're going to squash this behind the scenes. We're not going to go on a dummy mission or a crash out mission based on some hothead that you young. When you young, you got, you know, all that energy and you do the extras, bro. We not about to go out on a crash out mission, put everybody's lives in danger, have to walk, you know, a certain way or move a certain way because you decided you got in your feelings. We not going to do that. That's how the old dudes that, you know, have a level of, I don't want to say a level of respect, but a level of dignity should handle it. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to go behind the young dude and, you know, clean up his messes or try to, you know, bully behind him. Like, my young boy can say whatever he want to say. No, that's not how my old ass handle it. Mase saying the same thing. The guys that raised him, they don't handle it that way. He wouldn't handle it that way. And I agree with that. From a street perspective, I agree with that because I know the older guys that raised me would handle it the same way, you know? So I thought that was an interesting point that Mase made. I also thought another interesting point that Mase made was older people are always the last to know things have changed. He talking about Jay Prince. Like, you older, so you don't understand things outside is different. This ain't 1982 where you can, you know, do this type of thing and everybody just quiet up and respect it. No, bro, everybody got guns. They ain't start making guns when they made you. Everybody got, you know, somebody that loved them. Everybody got people that got their back. Everybody got the same resources as you, if not more, some people. Everybody got relationships. It's not the same game as it was before. When you make messages like that as Jay Prince, you make everybody that loves Cam and Mase antennas stand up. You know what I mean? So when their antennas stand up, they might be feeling the same way that the guys around you was feeling. So you causing a problem by putting public messages out there that seem threatening. And, you know, I think it's just unnecessary. I think Mase is 100% on point. Older people don't understand. The game has changed, bro. what you used to do and who you used to be, and all that don't even matter no more for real. Like, people don't got the same level of respect for who you were at 30 years old as they do, you know, who you are now that you're 60 years old. Now, we're going to get into Cameron and Mase speaking about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake back and forth, and how Jay Prince had nothing to say to Kendrick Lamar, and how he has nothing to say typically to people from the West Coast that diss him, but he has something to say from guys from other areas. I'm going to let you guys hear from Cam and Mase. They say he picks shots. Check it out.
How do you feel him coming at yourself and Cameron and didn't say anything to Kendrick Lamar about the Drake situation? Because anytime Drake has a problem, it seems like he runs and tell niggas, yo, Puff, yo, niggas, Drake, nigga. How do you feel? I mean, I want you to answer, but how do you feel about him calling you and your partner out and didn't say anything about that?
You said something really profound. He said something to Puff, right? Mm-hmm. He said nothing to Kendrick.
Right.
He says something, and I know you're going to elaborate about this later. He says something to the dudes in New York, and that didn't really go over well.
As far as what?
Whatever kid that was that got the chain taken.
Right.
And then you're going to talk about all this. So I'm going to let you talk about it more in detail, but he didn't say nothing to Whack. Like, it's like, so when you come talking to me, I feel like you're very selective. This is exactly what I meant last week when I was talking about street niggas being selective. Mm-hmm. They got selections of who they think they're going to get tough with. So I feel there's a must for me to say something, because you can't be selective with us, because we're not the weakest on the chart to deal that with. We do commentating. That's where we keep it there. But we, cigars.
Okay.
Cigarettes.
Yeah. Well, just
hookah.
Yeah.
Vapes.
Grape, strawberry,
coconut, pause, lavender. We don't duck no smoke.
Yeah, no. So just to elaborate, I'm in interview mode since you gonna go this route this morning. Yeah. He did say something back to Whack, but Whack said some of the most disrespectful shit I ever heard. Yeah. I've been doing this 27 years. It was wild. It's so disrespectful. I'm not going to repeat it. Mm-hmm. But he squashed it. After, like, for Whack would have said that, I mean, and I'm broadcast cam right now. I don't know if it couldn't have been settled, but I can't be cool with you after you just said what you said. Yeah. Like, it was really bad.
All right, man. So there you guys have it. Now, Mase said at the end there, we're not the weakest on the chart for you to do that with. We're not the ones that you're going to play with and, pick us. You're not going to pick us, bro. We're not the ones that you're going to selectively choose. Like, I'm going to be tough with them, but you're not being tough with other guys. And I said that in the beginning of the video. Guys get offended by that. We see that you selectively against them with certain people, but why do you feel like we the ones to play with? That make us feel like you saying something about us and our character. So obviously they're going to stand on business a certain way. They're going to feel a certain way about that. And rightfully so, as men, they should. I think Jay Prince, in my personal opinion, is an older dude. I think he don't really understand that his old tactics don't really work as well in today's time. And that the streets is completely different than what they were when he was in them. So I think he has to grow up a little bit, in my opinion. Respectfully, you got to grow up a little bit. You'll get more respect for moving a different way. And he has to evolve with it. I think he's trying to evolve with technology. And, maybe they communicate on Instagram now. So I'll put this message up on Instagram. It's the wrong way to go about it, bro. It's the wrong way to go about it. And Jay Prince, he knows how to move respectfully. I don't understand why he would do this. Some things, some things I see and I'm just like, I don't get why this guy would do that. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion. Everybody has their right to say and do whatever they want. And, Cameron and Mase feel the same way. And this is my thing. No grown man has a right to tell another grown man what to do. So, Jay Prince, you have no space to tell other grown men, this is what you're going to do and that what you're going to. Bro, you guys don't have a relationship. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Because nobody's going to take that well. That's my opinion on it. Urban Legend 11, you know what it is. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here. God bless.